So, just a quick one. I think the only person that is new here is everyone is new since we have a new person. So I'm Daniel. Daniel leads EDA Networks and we're in Nasarawa. So we have Luna Marketing from US. We also have Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel, he is a remote help desk officer here in Nigeria. So he will be part of a meeting today for one or two discussions. So just a brief intro for you, Mr. Daniel. Just introduce yourself briefly. Let's get to know you much better.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Luna, you're welcome. My name is Daniel, and I'm a remote desk officer for affordable rental home based in the United States. And yeah, I had to get in touch with Mr. Dan to help with a session like this so we could get talk about some important things. And I believe he has done much of the talking with you, so I wouldn't want to go into that because it has been his responsibility. So thank you very much for having me in place.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, so thank you, Daniel, for connecting us. So both of you are Daniels, right? Daniel and Daniel. I see. So
Yeah.
Daniel is in Nigeria and Daniel from USA. Am I getting that correct? Yeah.
No, we are both in Nigeria.
We're both in Nigeria, but
I see,
remotely
see, see, see.
working for a company based there.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So yeah, so my name is Felipe. I run a marketing agency here in the U.S. It's a pretty small business, but we're trying to focus on the tourism sector, and we're trying to mostly focus on digital marketing, which is social media advertisement, websites, emails, content creation, things of that nature. So that is something that is very popular now, especially for tourism brands. So that's why I decided to go in this kind of industry, you know. So it's a pleasure to meet you, Daniel, and appreciate you, Daniel, for connecting us both. And if there's something I can help you with what I know, then that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, let's try.
Yeah.
So just a quick one. A brief summary. It's been a while we spoke, Mr. Philip. You've been playing a lot of good roles on our projects. We're in Nasrat project, ERPS, and other minor projects we have. So it's been a while. We talked, I think, 1 or 2 months since when last we discussed. So just a summary of our projects. Yeah, we've been moving and everything has been going very smooth. So far we've hit 30,000 followers. So Philip, you need to clap for us.
It's good, my friend. Appreciate it.
You need to
Appreciate it. Good,
clap
good
for
work. Good work. Um, I did notice you opened a new account. Is that correct? A new page. So if
yeah,
you
a
want to talk
backup
about
page.
that as
A
well.
backup. Yeah, a backup page. That is Nasarawa Views. Nasarawa Views.
It's good,
That is a
man.
backup page.
That's good. Doing well, my friend.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Thanks. So I think that's just that for where in Nasarawa. I think in our region now, a lot of we have a lot of fans. We're able to grow from followers to fans. People not just following us, but they love what we are doing. Initially when we started, we just have followers. They see what we do, but now we have people that want to die hard for the passion we have. Anywhere we go, they want to snap pictures with us. And the love, I mean, is just massive. So we're still gradually, as you always say, you won't give me fish, you won't give me money, you won't give me dollars. You will instead give me, show me the way, how to go get them, how to do that. So we've been applying that, and it has been working. I must say, it has been working perfectly. So I was able to get. I think the last time I showed you the XR, right, the phone, right. So here I showed you the last time. So the XR we got. So that's been one of our key tools we've been using for our video production. Hopefully, very soon we're going to get a drone camera and we'll set up our studio and other things will come gradually. So we're also expanding in our clients, getting new clients in different regions as well. So thank you for all your advice, Philip. It was amazing one. I mean, it's worked. Really appreciate it.
No, ma'am, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure of yeah, like I told you previously, that's better to know the tools, to how to get your meals, know how to fish instead of giving you the fish. So hopefully that worked out. It means you're capable. It means you're capable of doing more things, and
That's right.
it's only the beginning for you and whatever brand you decide to do. So respect, my friend,
Yeah.
respect.
Thanks. Yeah. So, without the delay, my friend here is like he introduced himself, Daniel by name. So he happened to approach me. He's one of our followers as well. We get to meet from where in Nasarawa. I've not seen him in person, but you see how the internet have connected us together. Even though we're in Nigeria, but we've not seen one in one. So the internet through where in Nasarawa has connected us. And if you listen to him carefully from his voice, you should know that he's playing a very good work there from the whole remote help desk thing. So one thing I like about his own thing is the professionalism in the whole field. Talking about the remote help desk support. So he wants to extend his knowledge, his know-how to people within our region here. I think there is a problem he have seen, which he want to offer a solution. So I will allow him to talk more. First, he will tell us the problem he have seen. That led him to wanting to organize this training, exposing Nigerian system on how to apply for remote job, how to prepare themselves on remote job. So now you are outside the country. We just want to ask you, share this idea with you, and also get your opinion. What do you think about the whole idea? Remote job, has it been supportive? Has it improved organization? Just one or two things, just to get your own hints as well. Then at the same time, this meeting is being recorded, so we want to, from the conversation we're going to have here, create one or two contents, that we're going to use for the public view. So over to you, Mr. Dan. Just take your time, explain. Let's know what's the problem you've seen, and what are you trying to solve, and how do you intend to go about the training. So let's get Mr. Philip give us one or two insights on what he knows about the whole remote desk support. So over to you, Mr. Dan.
All right, thank you very much for the privilege to um present myself. Mr. Philip, you'd have to bear with me. We are out of electricity here, and it's me just trying to compromise so you can hardly see my face.
No worries, man.
He told me you were going to laugh over it if I told you, and I think you are.
No worries,
So,
man. No worries. I understand. It's part of the game. You try
so
to improvise. Yeah.
yes, so yeah, I've been a remote worker for about a year now, and I think people over here are not really paying attention to it, or should I say they have the idea of working remotely, but probably don't have the tools or what it takes to, go on the net and start applying. Some of them are afraid of failures, and they try to just, no, I don't want to go and fail, and then, they just want to stay where they are. And I think in most of the cases, people don't even know that we have remote jobs, taking people like them from here. And I've been privileged to have the opportunity to work, to interact, to connect with people outside. And I think it's a good way, really, because you get to just work from the comfort of your home and you can multitask if you want to. You have your time to do other things while you earn from outside, and it gives that kind of exposure to you. You kind of relate with people outside your environment, and that's what the world is about, connecting with people here and there, and then making the world a better place. So the key thing is to just educate people on what they need to know. I'm going to share my screen for a bit. I just have the banner, what was done in respect to this. Just a moment. All right. All right. Can we see that, please?
Yeah.
Are we able to see this?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
All right. So this is the concept of the whole idea. It's just to educate people on how they can earn up to, but this is just $500. You can make more than that. Depends on the nature of the job and everything. So it's going to cover aspects such as discussing customer service and customer service representative and the customer experience thing, which consists of the behaviors and whatever a customer goes through in the process of probably seeing an advert online, going to the company, purchasing, and probably the feedback that comes from buying a product from a company. That's the whole thing about the customer experience. So they're going to learn about that. And then when approaching interviews virtually, what should they be aware of? What are the turn-offs with interviewers or recruiters? Then get to know CRM. So we're also going to discuss things like Zendesk and other customer relationship management tools, which is like a database for customers for most of the organizations, especially for, you know, reputable organizations. And then we're going to look at best practices for objections handling, situations where you get talking to a customer and the customer says, I'm not interested. Some people are usually lost, even on the job. But I'm experienced in this aspect, and I believe that preparing them before getting into remote jobs would actually make them a bit more comfortable, in approaching this kind of issues. So they'll be more open to the situation than just feeling like, oh, the person just said I'm not interested, I'm lost, and you feel like, and then could cost you to lose the job, could cost you the job because most agencies wouldn't want a situation where a customer cannot take control or take charge of the conversation with the customer. So we're also going to have something like cold calling. Yeah, we're going to have a practical in that aspect, and we're also going to have to read a script and master it. And the final thing on the list is we're going to have a practical. Now, everything we have learned is going to be summed up in this practical level, which is role play. We're gonna have me as probably the customer or the agent, and then we kind of share responsibilities. They either talk to me or I talk to them, just to be sure how they handle objections. Like, okay, I'm not gonna do this right now. How do you handle that kind of situation? Or I'm busy, don't come, put me on the do not disturb list. How do I handle this kind of situation? So, and at the end of the day, yes, I've been able to, from experiences of failures and now success, I've been able to put up together more than 20 links for remote jobs application, most of which the United States based. So they're just, this is the whole package I'm wanting to offer. So we needed to have a little talk with you so that whatever you share with us, the public would also get to know that, okay, this is a message coming from probably Luna Marketing, and this is what it is about, what people should know about this, about that, related to help desk remote roles. So that's the entire idea about it, and thank you for the time to share.
No, definitely, definitely, man. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good plan you guys have set up. Because especially, I assume you guys are gonna sell this to people in Nigeria, right? This is the market that you wanna get as new clients, right? So I think it's a really good opportunity because maybe, like you said, the tools, especially the internet connection that maybe you guys are aware of, is something that maybe you cannot handle or cannot control of yet. That was something that the government will have to issue. But um, once you have the first of all the laptop or the base or the phone as well, you need the phone as well to communicate, and also you need a pretty good connection. Like I said, a good connection of internet. Then you can start doing like, well, it depends also if you, what type of client you're gonna reach out to, especially with you guys that are in Nigeria. Whichever client you guys are gonna get based in, um, it matters on what channels are you going to reach out to those potential businesses. Like for example, Daniel, I assume when he started the main company, he had to personally reach out to the clients, to the companies, to also offer the services. So I think the way that you laid out the plan is pretty good. It's the essentials for remote work. Now the only thing that I need to understand is how are you going to offer it to the community? What ways are you gonna inspire the people around you to enlist, or to be part of the community, because like you said, it's very difficult, or people in your age don't see the possibility of doing remote work in that part of the world. But over here in the US, it's a pretty common thing, more common than, and it's growing, especially with COVID. A lot of remote jobs were created, and not a lot of them have been lost. So that is basically the only conundrum that I notice. How is it that you guys are going to attract or convince or inspire people to work with you guys? And obviously, it's not going to be 100% system what you have, but as soon as something comes up, like an issue that you guys have with a new member, then you write it down, find the solution, and then you just implement that to like the main plan of that business plan, you can say, and you'll keep growing. You're gonna keep improvising and adapting. So I do recommend that, for example, if it's gonna be under Warren Nasarawa, then try to get case studies as well, like people from your community that have tried the system, and record everything, take photos, videos of how they were before, what they were working before joining that system, and then currently as well. So, and then after, like once they start making those $500 that you say or more, well, record everything so that you have like a testimony, of the progress, and to show that it works as well. So those are a few ideas that you guys can implement. Regarding that, you don't need to invest. Advertisement, you could invest, but if you don't have a lot of budget, then doing organic videos will help a lot. Sometimes it's more effective to do organic videos than advertisement, but you need more energy to do the videos and have the concepts down as well. So that is basically it. I don't know if there's like a specific question you guys wanted to ask me regarding marketing or my takes on it. Daniel told me very briefly you wanted to just share the idea, but I don't know if there's something that I can give you some ideas or advice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I would have a question.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I wanted to talk about was for you to, because when you're trying to tell somebody to do something, you need to make them feel sure that this is really worth doing, and they need a kind of proof, maybe, a real proof to see to somebody, kind of confirming that this is really something that works. So, being somebody who is in the diaspora, not in Nigeria, do you think remote jobs work? Do you think they really pay? Do you think people have a better future working remotely? Maybe you just help us enlighten people on that, because people would want to know if somebody from the outside thinks these things work.
Yeah, of course, my friend. Like, look what we're doing right now. Like, everybody is from different countries, all online. So
Mm,
of course it works. Of course it works. You just need to know how to make sure that you offer something that you need to the right
mhm,
person, and that you have a vision that you can also achieve it. Because obviously remote work isn't for everybody, but construction isn't for everybody. Finance isn't for everybody. Banking is not for everybody. So you just have to know if this is what you like to do, of working on your laptop from basically anywhere there's internet, and making sufficient money where you can travel and work at the same time. So I like that idea, because especially the people in our youth, our generation, from let's say 40 to 18 or 21, those people have seen videos on TikTok of showing the cars, the money, and all of that nature. So they are inspired to know how they do it. Most of them, not all of them, but those that are inspired to work or have that lifestyle, most of them have a remote work. So remote work is pretty amazing, because, for example, in this December, I do mostly remote work. Well, some of it is remote work, but not all of my work is remotely. But the benefit is that, for example, this December I went to Mexico, And if you had a normal job, you would have to be there at least 1 week, at most 2 weeks, and then you have to come back for the work. I had the privilege, since I do my work remotely, of being there a month, a little bit after a month, because I did the work from my laptop. So I was in Mexico enjoying some coconuts, good food, working as well. Obviously, you have to be very disciplined with what has to be done while working, because, like you said, we have to multitask. But if you're that kind of person that's very agile and likes to do several things at the same time, that type of mindset helps you a lot in remote work. Because if you're disciplined to have, let's say, 5 hours of work, or let's say 3 hours of work a day, and then the rest you can have some leisure, then that's pretty good. But if you are disciplined enough to have 8 hours of work or 10 hours of work one day, and then with that amount of hours you rest one day completely, then that's another way of working around. So you have to be very responsible in how you plan your tasks. But if you do them, then you're in charge, basically. So remote work is pretty good. Obviously, it depends on the rules that the company you're working for uh, place. If there's a time you have to be there, well, you have to wake up at that certain time, and then the rest you have it there. But if you are capable enough, remote work is pretty good. It's a pretty good viable solution. So definitely,
All
it's the
right, all
future.
right.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for the response, sir.
yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to ask was you know, so there's people have this kind of fear about, should I call it segregation? Let me call it about racism. Yeah, racism, that's the word. People think that, most people outside do not accept people here because they're blacks. There is that issue of racism in some countries, and they feel like, okay, maybe because I'm black, they definitely won't take me for any remote job. And I have actually personally been through something like that because you just go to this recruiter and the person says, "Oh no, sorry, we're not taking Nigerians. Oh no, sorry, we're not taking," you know, they wouldn't be blunt about not taking blacks, but once you're from a black country, they just, we don't take from the, so it's been like that. So how do you think people are likely to, overcome this kind of, because there's usually that fear that comes with it, like I'm not good enough. My country is so bad that I can't be accepted anywhere and things like that. I don't know what you think people can do to, really belong.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. That's a really good point. Especially now, of all these topics of racism and things of that nature. I really think it doesn't matter, what what skin color you are or where you're from. I think it's mostly like a way to convince you not to even try. If they tell you, you can't do this because you're a certain thing or color or whatever it is, it's just a way to give you like a first barrier to see if you will overcome it. But if you are talented, you have the skills for whatever industry, it doesn't matter where you're from. So don't let that get into your head of like, they don't allow me because I'm from Mexico or something like that. If you're good enough, you will get anywhere. It doesn't. Nothing's gonna stop you. So for anybody that might be watching this and is deciding to take the jump or not, take it. Because you never know if you will be really good at what you do. And obviously there's gonna be struggles even if you were white. There's obviously racism for
Uh,
any
com-
color. Yeah, if you're
mm,
a white person that's not capable, not disciplined, or things of that nature, and then a black person or wherever they are from, they're disciplined, they're hardworking, and all of that, they will hire or they will outcompete the white person. So it doesn't really matter of the color. It's just the discipline and the character of that individual. So don't let it be an excuse as well. You know. Yeah.
all right, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I think I just needed to have people reassured that they're not really making a mistake by applying or trying to work remotely. and to
Yes.
also boost their confidence. And I think you've done justice to that. So I'll
Yeah,
just
no,
be handing
I
over
wanted
to.
to, sorry to interrupt, my friend. Yes, like right now, whoever's watching this video, it's the best time in the world to become more wealthy, not for only you, but for your family as well. If you can provide, let's say, especially in Nigeria, with where I think $500 is a lot. Um, so if you can provide for your family, seeing the opportunity of making money remotely that can provide for your children, for your mom, for your dad, remotely while you can right now, take the advantage because pretty soon, it could be 5 years, 10 years, whatever. You won't have the advantage anymore. You won't have the opportunity. So it's gonna escape from your hands, and you would have
And
wished that you
my
would have taken the opportunity now, but when that happens, it's too late, and then that's the biggest regret. So if you're watching this and you
especially with the advancement of technology.
exactly, my friend, exactly, this is the best era to make yourself a good living and not be controlled by robots yet or AI. So time is ticking, my friend. Time is ticking.
All right.
Especially now with remote work, AI is the biggest competitor that you guys have. AI. If you guys do not step up or become the person that the professional that people go to for advice, you're gonna get replaced by a robot. So that's something that you have to take in consideration of becoming important in your field, so that people reach you directly for your knowledge and not a robot that can be doing multiple tasks in a second. So that's another thing to keep in consideration, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I think we lost Daniel.
Yeah, I think
Probably
it seems so.
he probably has network issues.
Yeah.
So I would have loved him to pick up from here, but I don't know if we can get him back.
No, no worries. How long have
Um,
you been in working with Dan? Did you started with Daniel? What's the dynamic there? Or what's going on? Are you?
Sorry, just to get the question.
Yeah, no. For example, you did you start the brand wearing a Sarawi, or are you working with him or for him?
No,
What's?
I'm just working with him part time. Yeah,
I see.
so when I brought up this initiative, I had to tell him I actually needed his help in putting it forward, and somebody who could actually, throw more lights on, reassuring these people, somebody who's from the other side to reassure people that this really works and there's need for them to, put themselves in it right now before it gets too late, especially when, all these bots and machines will take over. Because of
Yeah,
course we definitely get into that era, whether we
definitely.
like it or not.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing. And he assured me he was going to get in touch with a very good friend. And yes, here we have you today.
Perfect, man. Perfect. So, so the do you also work in wearing a Sarawi? Right? You're the content creator, or is this like a second job as well, right? Like a part time, you said.
Not a job per se, just like somebody who contributes ideas. That's all. I
I
don't
see.
go to the field with him, but yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect, man.
Mm.
Yeah. So you mainly
Thank you
work.
so much.
What was that?
Yeah. No, you were saying something.
Yeah. So you said you work as a remote caller, right?
Yeah, with affordable rent to own.
Affordable rent to own. I see.
Yes.
Is it so? You're like a VA, like a virtual assistant, no? That's basically it.
Basically, it's telesalesperson.
What was that?
Telesalesperson, telemarketer.
Telesales. Yeah, telesales. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. That's what we just do.
It's a
We
hard
just have,
business, huh?
yeah, it's not easy. You just have to make sure you make the sale, you
Yeah.
know,
A lot of rejection, huh? A lot of
without,
no's, a lot of not responses.
without a sale, no pay,
Yeah,
based on
exactly.
commission.
Yeah, that's good. How long
That's
have you been
okay.
doing that for?
6 months now.
6 months. You liking it so far?
Yeah, trying to get another opportunity, but
Hmm.
I think this goes well because you're just going at your convenience. There's no, you must be here at this time. You have a free time to set your schedules and submit to the supervisor. And then, it's just about making sales. You don't make sales, no pay. If you make a sale, you get a pay.
Exactly, my friend. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the pressure's on, huh? But it's a pretty good business if you like to take the risk, you know.
Yeah, we enjoyed it when the dollar and the naira were fighting, but due to the crash in the naira now, it's really not as much as it used to be when the naira rate was high. So when the dollar was high, I mean.
That,
So we're
yeah,
just getting along.
yeah, no, definitely, man. That's it's always a changing markets, you know. So
Yes.
yeah, well, I wish you the best, my friend. I wish you become successful as well.